Hey, oh my god, that's mod chat, not Skype. There we go, there's proper Skype. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome back to Dicing with Debt, not to Honorbound Redemption of the New Guard, where we actually get to make our new guard right now. So, one of the things that we've talked about this campaign is that we wanted the whole Redemption of the New Guard thing is we are trying to make characters who have done some sort of things that they need to redeem themselves for in their earlier
evil
life.
things, not necessarily evil, bad things, stuff that they are, they need to redeem for, and that they actually have consequences. We're gonna talk. Do you want to talk about the idea of it now or at the end?
I think we can talk about it while we go ahead and make characters. That's what I think we should be doing.
Yeah.
So
should we roll first or start talking about setting?
I know that Neil already rolled in chat.
No, I'm not keeping those. Jesus.
I don't trust your random number generators, Neil.
It's NECA Lucifer's random number generator. You can trust those.
I don't trust NECA Lucifer. I don't trust your random number generators.
You don't want me to have 18 intelligence on start?
Oh, that could be fun.
And 15 strength, 16 strength, 18 intel?
It's a lot tougher to program a random number generator than you would think.
Yes, it is.
Hence my fetishizing of actually rolling dice.
16, 9, 11, 18, 10, 7.
Where you?
That's why.
Those are the stats that I rolled in chat.
Right now.
That's pretty nice.
That's why.
I know,
that's why it took about 2 years to make the
I thought that it was rigged so that whenever you roll for characters, you get bonuses.
For a while, there was one day where when I rolled for characters, everything was 19, no matter what I rolled.
Okay, so I think that you badasses want to go 3d6 down the line.
Yeah, we do. 3d6 down the line is where
Justin's over there cringing.
Yes, it's gonna be fun for me. So
we're doing 3d6 down the line. We're not doing the book.
Screw the book.
Yeah.
That's
in the book. The only way to roll is to roll 46, drop 1, rearrange as you choose.
Yeah.
Easy mode.
Sissy mode.
Easy mode. So let's start up with let's keep the best for the last and start up with Neil.
The downside to this is if you have a character idea, you can't necessarily make it. I guess there are no stat requirements. But
there are. Like if you want to have an effective character.
So yeah, let's start with Neil. Neil, you wanted to come up with this idea first, so 3d6 down the line.
10, 11, 12, 11, 9, 10. Wow. 8. That is a very, very average character.
I think
that
this is
why
a
they
terrible
tell
idea.
you to roll 46 and rearrange.
I want to go on the record saying this is a terrible idea.
Yeah, well, you know, who says we have to keep our first set of stats? 10, 11, 12, 11, 9, 10? That's the most boring person you've ever encountered. He's ever so slightly more dexterous, healthy than people, and ever so slightly less intelligent than people, but not, or less wise than people, but not even noticeable. You know.
You know what you could do? You know what you could do? We could do a basically have these stats, but you can subtract from one stat and add to another. Like for example, if you took
or we could just re-roll because these are lame.
Yeah, why don't we just use 3d6 drop 1 and we can assign them wherever we want.
Because my last one was an 8.
Statistically, it's an okay system. Right? Or we can do point buy. I like point buy.
I like rolling.
So I think the crazy people are gonna do what they do, and I mean I think whatever you guys want to do is best, but I think we should stick with one thing.
There we go. 14, 9, 9, 15, 10, 11. It's a little bit better.
Yeah, that looks better.
Strength, Dex, Con, Intel, Wisdom, Charisma. Okay, that is a wizard character or something like that, because 15 Intel.
Strength.
Yeah. Okay, so Ryan, let's see.
Sure.
However you want to do it. If you're not crazy,
I mean, if we're gonna, I think we should stick to one method.
Okay, let's do 3d6 down.
Neil wants to be that.
I mean, unless if you guys don't want to do 3d6, speak up. Don't let me, you know.
I've been speaking up.
Okay, I can
How much louder do I have to be?
You sure you want to work with this, Brian? You got 114?
It's in charisma though, best stat.
Okay.
I mean, if this is our method of choice.
All right, Justin.
And I'm not gonna be a Neil and Mulligan.
Yeah, well, Mulligan when you have like completely boring, uninteresting stats, 9, 9, 15. Okay, there you go.
Oh shit.
Did he end up with an intelligence that?
He ended up with a high
No.
con.
Hard con.
Is it con? Wait,
Strength,
I'm
dex,
not
con,
It's
intel,
con.
wisdom, charisma.
So you have an okay
See, I can't-
mental
Now
good
I can't play the
con.
character I want to play. This is dumb.
You guys can trade. Or
How
can
long
just
are we
keep
going to
rolling
be playing?
Or switch
how
your
long are we gonna be
stats.
playing this campaign with these like gimped characters?
long term.
Answer is
deals
not
are
very
brains.
long because we're going to die.
What? But what's? I mean, we die, then we make new characters with a different method, or I mean, if I don't know, do you want to rearrange your stats? Do you want to put the
That would-
15 in intel? Would that be
That
better?
would be like a good start. I just don't think 3d6 is a good way to make entertaining characters, and there's going to be
Let's
people watching us play them.
Do you want to do 3d6 but not down the line? Kind of
Arrange as
good
desired.
possibility. Yeah, I think it's like 4d6.
I could do 3d6 arrange.
Is a bit too much for what you guys So let's do like 3d6 but arrange however you want. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, Justin, you're
Okay.
really set on playing wizard, right?
I would really like to. but
Okay,
I'm-
cool. That's fine. I will just arrange so I'm not a wizard. Ryan, what are you doing?
Are we? Now I'm all confused.
3d6
confused.
arrange.
3d6.
3d6 arrange.
But you can arrange them however you want.
Okay.
Got it?
It almost doesn't matter. I think I've got one that gives me a bonus and maybe one or two that give me penalties. Otherwise, I've got pretty boring stats. I was just going to keep them straight down the line. I can't play a priest really as is.
Well, I mean, you
But
can't really play a fighter as is anything without having at least. I think that the 5th edition system almost requires you to have like a 15 in your primary stat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
really does.
14 in your primary stat because 14s are +2. So 14 or 15 is +2,
So-
16 or 17 is +3.
Again, you can re-roll them if you want, Ryan.
I don't want to. I just want to know what's
The
going on.
idea is this is gonna be long term, so like be comfortable with your character, and if you're not with the stats,
Well,
then
as long term as we
should.
survive.
yeah. Then the idea is at first the stats are gonna have a big hand into it, and it's the early game where you can really die easily,
Yep.
and that's why I'm saying would be good if you reroll, but it's your choice in the end.
Well, also,
Chat is
depending
saying
on your
reroll.
race, you
Chat
can
is
get
saying
pretty
reroll.
significant bonuses. I think dwarves get like +2 to strength and con or something ridiculous like that.
+2 to con, and then mountain dwarves get a bonus to strength, or maybe something like that.
Yeah, it's like that. You can, if you are a mountain dwarf, you get a +2 to con, and then if you choose mountain, you get a +2 to strength.
So what do we think about party makeup? As in, I had said I would play a priest. The stats I'm looking at now are not going to make a priest. But I guess I could rearrange.
You could
Do we even
rearrange.
want a priest? I mean, we've seen how cushy the healing system is.
Yeah, let's try without a priest.
I was sort of intrigued by the warlock in this edition.
Warlock is
I've
very
got-
interesting.
I've got a high charisma, so I can do that. And I am intrigued by the idea of playing a good aligned warlock that is trying to redeem for his sins.
Ooh, that's
Yeah, I
pretty
played-
interesting.
However,
Today-
I still have these dark gifts.
How would
We
you?
created a warlock yesterday. Pretty nice
Okay.
class. Really nice.
Yeah, it's fun. They're not. I mean, like you need a primary spellcaster like a wizard.
Yeah. You,
So, I
you
mean,
kind of need a
the
wizard.
warlock cannot fill that role, but they have all sorts of like really interesting abilities,
remember,
both
like,
combat
as-
and non-combat.
Even without the cleric, you will need to need to be very careful, because even with the cushy healing and like resting,
Oh.
it's not gonna be easy.
I was even going to suggest
that-
that we alter the healing rules to make it less cushy.
We can talk about that after we create characters. I think it's best to finish this up and then talk about changing up
Yeah.
rules.
I also think that none of us should play a paladin because I don't think it fits in with the theme of redemption.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
I mean, so
Yeah,
it sounds like
but you could play a paladin that has lost its power and needs to get it them back, but that's kind of hardcore.
It's possible.
It's just pretty hard to get them back.
I
Very,
think if
very
you
hard.
want to do that, you'd be better off just playing a fighter and then multi-classing into paladin.
Yeah.
Exactly. And just say that you were a paladin that lost its powers.
Or we
So I'm
could
just-
we could play a warlock, a sorcerer, and a wizard. We could play a party
would-
of spellcasters.
That would
Sounds
be
bonkers.
interesting.
It would be so
That'd
squishy.
be interesting.
We would die
You'd
so
be
fast.
squishy, but strategy-wise, if you had a good strategy around
No.
battles that you can actually control positioning in, you
No.
might do a lot of damage. Yeah,
Yeah, yes, it's possible, but I wouldn't do it with 3 people. I would do it with 4 people,
yeah,
but not
4
with
people.
3. I might actually just stick with rogue, but that would mean I've been playing a lot of rogues lately.
Barbarian is very nice as well. I like the idea that they changed around from the like orc smash door kill everything to the barbarian of the idea of like man of the woods, hardy survivalist.
I do appreciate the barbarian changes. They,
Yeah.
I just think they should change the class name from barbarian to like berserker, because barbarian really just means like random plainsman, and I know berserker is a subclass of barbarian.
I mean, they draw the distinction between a barbarian and a tribesman,
which
in the
is
description.
nice that they do for the first
Like
time.
they say, not every member of a primitive
Yeah,
society
that's-
is a barbarian.
Yeah.
Barbarians are like
That's what I was saying about it. You
Yeah,
could play
I
that
just-
if you wanted something that had HP and a lot of interesting features.
Yeah.
Shit. I was going to maybe I will rearrange because I was planning on, even though I wasn't playing a priest, to be a healer and take feats and skills to make myself able to do that sort of thing. However, I have 8 wisdom. Maybe I'll rearrange.
Just
Rearrange,
rearrange.
yeah. I said that rearrange is okay.
And I would like to use the optional feat rules. Are we all comfortable with that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be
Yes.
playing a human and using the variant human traits to give up some of my stat bonuses to do the, instead of +1 to every stat. Page 31 of the player's handbook.
Yes.
Bottom
I know
tab.
what
So
you're
instead of
talking about.
+1 to every stat, I get +1 to 2 stats and an additional skill and an additional feat, or a skill and a feat.
Which
Otherwise,
is
you do not.
very good because for those who don't know, feats are very powerful. Complete change from 3.5.
Well,
feats
they're
are
powerful, but you can't
very
get
popular.
them unless you do something like this, or you get them
Yeah.
later in the game when you get.
Yeah,
your stat
but
bonuses.
if you think about it at level 4, for example, okay, give out a +1 to 1 stat, but you get, for a lot of feats actually give you a +1 to 1 stat. Besides that, plus something else. Like if you look into feats right now, you see a lot of feats that actually give you stats besides something else as well. I'm gonna open it up and give you an example. Look, for example, let's
Tempted to be a
have
human.
let's have keen mind. So let's say you're a mage. You take keen mind as a feat at level 4. Take renounce bonus to intelligence or whatever, and keen mind gives you a bonus to intelligence. You always know which way is north. You always know the number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset. You can accurately recall anything you have seen or heard within the past month.
Lame.
Yeah, I thought that one was the lamest. So the feat that I'm
but
going to
I
take
know
is
the
heal.
example. Oh yeah,
So-
I feel like
sure.
I have that feat in real life.
My character, I'll get. Yeah, exactly. I thought the exact same thing, Justin, when I was reading through the feats. I mean, it's basically like, what do you call it? Picture memory. Why am I-
Eidetic memory.
Yeah.
Eidetic memory is the correct term. Most people use photographic, which is not correct.
No, I was just giving it as an example that you announce a stat bonus, but you actually get a stat bonus plus other stuff.
A lot of them. Mine. So the feat that I will be grabbing is healer. So part of my character's background is I will be a trained surgeon, and the healer. Let me find the feat, and I'll read the description to everybody.
When you use a hero's key to stabilize a dying creature, that creature also gains 1 HP. As an action, you can spend 1 use of a hero's kit to tend the creature and restore 1d6 plus 4 hit points to it, plus additional hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice.
So healers kits have number of charges, and you can use them. Anyone can use them to stabilize a dying creature as an action for free, no check required.
Cool.
However, with this feat, I will be able to give them 1 HP when I do that, so they come back to life. And if I expend a use, I can basically dish it out as healing. Once per
that sounds
day.
good.
I'm considering going a savage attacker barbarian or a sharpshooter ranger.
Well, Sharpshooter Ranger is an interesting idea, but I kind of want to see a barbarian that has done
Great
something.
weapon master barbarian. That's the
And you
exact
need to
same thing as
enter-
sharpshooter, except when you knock someone to 0 or dead, you get a free attack.
Yeah, that's a creep.
Yeah, in its own way.
Yeah, that's basically a creep.
Yeah. But and you also get the make an attack at -5 and get +10 to damage if you hit.
Yep.
Which is pretty sweet.
Which is pretty sweet. Yes, it gives you a big damage bonus, and you already have a lot of damage if you're using, for example, a great weapon. Let's
So are
see,
we
let's
just going to
see.
use maximum hit points at first level?
Yes, maximum hit points and forwards. Though that's I don't want to hear anything hardcore about rolling it. That's way too much.
Neil and
That's
I actually
way-
did discuss that, but at first
Way
level,
way
fine.
too much.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be basically the first monsters you fight might just kill you outright, and then we need to reroll, and that can happen over and over again.
Okay. I was like partway done with my character
So-
sheet, and the sheet crashed.
It's
Oh.
a bummer.
So we've heard from Neil and Ryan. So Justin, can you tell us what you're doing there? What's happening?
Yeah, maybe races and classes you're considering. I guess it's like
So I was considering dwarf wizard.
whoa, crazy.
So I was
Can
having fun
dwarves be
for-
wizards?
Yeah, they can be
Yeah,
wizards.
there's no weird rules like that in this edition.
So my character, I actually sort of had a backstory started in my head too that I can go into if you guys are curious.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean,
Let's hear
I've
it.
Yeah.
got one as well. I think we'll sort of discuss it over the course of the next couple hours, but
Okay, so
if you've
my
got stuff, go for it.
my dwarf is really ugly, and his family is like a family of clerics, and they all wanted him to become a cleric too. But he was really interested in magic, and no one would teach him magic, so he ran away and he fell in with some bad people. And he eventually ended up finding a mentor who started to teach him like dark magic, and he ended up doing some really bad things. But he felt good about it because it made him feel powerful, and he hadn't ever been treated very well or had a lot going for him since he was, so unattractive. He's bullied, looked down upon a lot. And I don't know how he got out of that or why he decided to get out of it. Not there yet. But
Oh, you're right.
that's the outline in
Um,
my head.
1 second. What's the main stat of sorcerers? Is it wisdom
Charisma.
and this as well?
It's charisma.
Charisma.
Unless they changed it. It's always been charisma.
Yeah. No, in FIFA 5 it was. No way, that's
It's,
quirk.
it's always been charisma.
It's always been charisma. And I was looking through because the dwarf could be nice. I was thinking if you went for the wisdom dwarf, I think there's a dwarf that gives the type of subrace of dwarf that gives you a wisdom bonus, and how we could use that.
No, I'm probably
Yeah,
going to be a
the-
mountain dwarf.
The mountain
Strength.
dwarf gives you strength.
Strength.
The hill dwarf gives you wisdom, and a lot more HP.
A lot more HP. You get the bonus.
Your hit point maximum increases by 1, and it increases by 1 every time you gain a level.
I mean, I guess over 30 levels, I'd get a little bit more, but
Yeah, well, exponentially, that's the idea.
So, any developments, Neil?
I think I'm going to go with ranger.
Nice.
Yeah.
Versatile.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't picked my
Fighter.
race
We've got,
yet.
we've got our carry, we've got our supports.
I'm looking at.
Or are you the jungler?
And I think the
No,
ranger
those
in
analogies.
itself has pretty much HP. I think they have
Yeah,
a
it's
decent amount of.
Yeah, it's 10.
Yeah, D10. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't decided if I want to be a human or like a half orc. I think half orc ranger might actually suit me best.
So, Ryan,
Mhm.
we had Justin told us about his backstory. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I've got a lot of that fleshed out. Even have a name.
Nice.
So I am a
Nice.
human. Yeah. So my name is Erasmus Gale, In a past life, I was once a respected surgeon. We'll decide where in the world, but probably in some prominent city, well respected and professional. But my studies and my interests led me to explore more and more knowledge, and eventually I stumbled across a tome or something of this sort that described all sorts of dark secrets. And now my dreams are haunted by some extraplanar entity, and all sorts of strange, haunting things seem to be happening all around me. I'm not entirely sure what's going on or the source of these powers yet, but they have caused me to be disgraced in my hometown and forced away. Burn him at the stake! Burn him at the stake!
Okay, good. That sounds good.
So, Neil, do you know where in the world of Solemn? Where and when in the world of Solemn?
Age of Mist in... If you go to the Mistclicks map. No, shit,
Have
the
you
old Mistclicks
fleshed it
map.
out?
I haven't set up the map to do that.
So we can't even necessarily find it. There isn't even
Yeah.
an Age of Mist, is there? So the Age of Mist is like the prehistory of Solemn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
please do.
nothing from this age has really survived the years, right?
Yep, so Chucky can say whatever he wants, and it won't affect any Solemn campaigns ever.
Does anyone know the coordinates?
If you go to Age of Iron or something like that, and then put the coordinates as I want to say it's like 8, -25. You should be able to move there if you're on Age of Iron map.
Yeah.
Do dwarves do a specific place in your world, Neil?
Mountains.
Or did they? Okay. So I can just pick a mountain range and that can be my home?
Sure.
The
It's
mountain
Age of
range
Mist,
hasn't
whatever
moved.
you want, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is like a time when gods still walk amongst us and magic is common, right? Miracles happen all the time.
hmm
Okay,
Okay, I think I
can you
might
give
be an
me
Elven Ranger. Because they're the
those
only ones that get a
coordinates
+2 to dex.
Mm.
Should be a mountain range close to a city.
Have you found the region we're looking at?
Hmm?
Have you found
Yeah.
the region we're looking at? There's a few mountain ranges.
What the frick is the ranges you the
8,
looking at?
-25 on the Age of Iron map. On Regal Goblins.
So search. You can also search for, say, Valis, Valis, in the Age of Iron, and it should take you there.
Varus.
So these, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be north of Valis. And
Oh
I
yeah,
think
this is this
west
is
a
where.
little ways.
Negative
Well,
25?
the
Oh, it's way down here.
the initial idea was that cartography should have finished a couple of maps more north, and that's where we would put it. But we can start around here as well.
Well, we've got a week before we're actually going to be doing any playing, so
No, we can work with this.
Why is
right?
there a weird giant lake with multiple islands in it?
you mean to the very south? That was what it was built for.
That's actually
basically
a
the
sea.
ocean.
Yeah, that's an ocean.
Oh,
That's where Neil's pirate campaign took place.
interesting. Okay.
Heavily islanded big bay.
But I think we'll be on the mainland just north of there.
It's just,
Yeah.
It looks like kind of like Wind Waker. Getting
It's-
Wind Waker flashbacks.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Zelda Wind Waker?
Never played it.
Oh, okay.
SNES? No.
No,
GameCube?
yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be a race trading elven ranger.
What is race trading? You mean you sold out the elves?
Yeah, I sold out the elves. I worked as a tracker and hunter for orcs for a period of time, hunting down humans and elves alike.
Do we know each other? Or are we sort of...
You know each other, yes. Somehow you met, and the kind of introduction of it. I think we can end it. I'm gonna read your introduction after we finish up.
Oh, can I come
everything.
from the crag? I want to come from the crag.
You can come from whenever you like. The idea is that you did something bad, very bad, and you are now hunted by your people.
Yeah. So
And
either the crag
Yep.
or Iron Rock Mountain. I guess Iron Rock Mountain sounds more dwarvish. Is that okay, Neil? Do dwarves live in the Iron Rock Mountain?
Sure, it's Age of Mist. Anything can happen.
All right. You're just not very helpful.
It's Chucky's campaign, so I'm going to let him make executive decisions about this stuff.
All right.
What are we talking about?
Where he can come from.
No,
Maybe,
like, we're talking
maybe
about
I ran
was the
away
crag.
to the crag.
I'm looking for the crag. Where is it?
It's at 8.71 negative 22.
You can also
okay,
just
fine.
search the crag in the search bar.
Yeah. Basically, any big mountain area that you see has a major or minor population of dwarves. I'm gonna say they mostly live around the now world mountains. Goldfold, Brewster, Win. Just because like all of those are kind of like.
So if
near
I'm
the
being hunted by
mountains.
my people for the entire rest of the campaign and people say I have a craggy face, I'll be a little paranoid.
All right, I'm going to be a wood elf.
Cool.
So would it not no half orc in the end?
No.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, elves get bonus to dex, and I want it to be ranger, so I went with elves instead of orcs.
Okay.
Alright, so I got the dwarf. Now what do I have to do for the wizard?
So as a warlock, I get to choose an otherworldly patron. This is the creature that is contacting me or new powers. The choices are Archfey,
Uh-oh, you're...
Fiend, or the Great
Ryan.
Old One.
No, you're good
Am I
now.
muted?
No, you were fine.
No.
For a while there, you
Oh.
were freaking out on us. Your
Okay,
voice
well,
was getting all
maybe that
distorted.
was the Great Old One
The great old one?
speaking through my behalf. I'm probably gonna go either a Fiend or Cthulhu. Just kidding. The Great Old One is basically Cthulhu.
Yep.
And it's hard to tell. Like at first level, it doesn't change a lot. I guess you get a few extra spells, or a few spells depending. I'm sort of deciding if I've made a Faustian bargain with a Fiend, or if
I'm going to use my
these
prototype
otherworldly
character
visions
sheet. I don't
haunt
like
my
this
dreams.
You're not going for ranger?
one. I'm going to, yeah, but I'm also going to use my prototype character sheet that is not done yet.
Are we using backgrounds? Do I have to pick a background?
Yes.
Do the
I mean, it's
backgrounds
sort of
actually
required.
change anything in game?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
but
do.
Yeah.
So what I was
There's a-
going to suggest, I mean, we don't necessarily need to do backgrounds, but you do need to, I mean, they basically let you pick 2 skills and 2 languages or proficient, or language tools.
Yeah, I'm going to say
Yeah,
that you
that's a big
create
deal.
your own background.
Yeah. So you don't
And you
necessarily
can
need a
choose-
background, but
Okay.
you need, I mean, you come up with your in-character background and then pick 2 skills and 2 languages.
Exactly.
Is that how all
that's how
backgrounds
tools
work?
essentially.
And then I mean, if you want, you could come up. They have like basic benefits, like a priest can
Yeah.
seek shelter in a church or etc.
Well,
Yeah, I
there's
think
an
you-
acolyte
you can
background,
come up
which
with
would
these
just like
lines.
suit my character perfectly.
If you want to use
Yeah,
that.
you can
use
grab that, or if you want to switch out skills, it's sort of designed that you can do that.
Oh, I see. Okay. I think acolyte just fits my backstory. I was raised by clerics and eschewed their values, but you can't help learning something.
Hermit, noble, outlander. Sage, sailor, soldier, urchin. I think soldier works best for me. Okay. Here we come, character sheet prototype. Oh, totally didn't work for certain things. Whatever.
I like the inspirational reading thing they added at the end of the PHB. Have you guys seen the inspirational reading thing at the end of the
I saw it, but
PHB?
did
Yeah.
not read it.
I mean, it's
Pretty
basically
nice.
it was the original list that was published by Gygax in the first edition,
Yeah.
plus
Yep.
whatever's been published in the interim that they deemed worthy. So I don't know. It's a bunch of stuff. But like
Budget,
they probably added
actually,
Harry
it's-
Potter and George R. Martin.
Tolkien is added.
Tolkien was
Yeah.
already on. Tolkien.
Yeah.
Bram Stoker and
Ooh, Terry Pratchett. That's pretty good. That's some
all the
good,
good
like
stuff.
fairies. Haha. Yeah, Martin is here. I think I found him. Yeah, Game of Thrones. But I don't think we don't have any Harry Potter. I don't think there's any Harry Potter here.
Are we going to be
I don't see Harry
using?
Potter.
Um, are we going to be using the skills like persuasion and intimidate and
Absolutely.
investigation?
I mean, it's sort of up to the DM and the campaign setting how useful they wind up being, but those
Okay.
are skills.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's gonna be overall. It's not gonna be like.
I just.
I mean, I
I'll
think-
say it's gonna be
I honestly think that player characters should not have access to anything that can't be used against them. Like the intimidate skill, I think it should only work
Yeah.
if then monsters can intimidate you, and if there's like a classic fallout from that. But if monsters can't intimidate you, why can you intimidate them? Like that sort of thing drives me crazy. That's why
Well, it's not like 4th edition where there were actual actions where you could like try and intimidate a monster that's below half HP and force it to surrender and things like that.
Mhm.
They made it more of a tool that you can use if you want to resolve these role-playing situations. So if you're trying to convince an ogre
Interrogate
that you're going to
something.
kick his ass,
Yeah.
and your DM's skeptical, he can say, "Okay, roll an intimidate versus his whatever his wisdom skill
Sense
is."
motive, I think.
Something.
Oh,
like
there's
that.
no, or insight. I think it's insight.
But
now.
in
Sense
general,
motive.
I think our style will be to just role play it out without skills as much as possible, and then bring in the skills when it really is something that's like it could go either way.
okay.
Yeah, I think the best comparison to give it out is like how you guys do it in Dicing with Death. That's how it's gonna go.
Yeah, where like occasionally I'll say, "Okay, roll a charisma check to see if you can seduce."
So sometimes I think I'll just give you like depending how good you do it or how bad you do it.
Shall we take a quick break and keep working?
Yeah,
Did
let's
we
take a
come
break.
back?
We're at just about at break time. When we come back, we will continue discussing our characters and filling out their sheets and shit. See you guys shortly.